Well, they went and brought back one of the best Hockey Ultimate Team cards from any NHL video game, the Fantasy Hockey Brady Tkachuk from the inaugural Fantasy Hockey event back in NHL 20. Now, if you guys have been following me since NHL 20, you know this is one of my holy grail cards, one of the all-time Mount Rushmore Hockey Ultimate Team cards. This thing back in the day, when he actually hit 99, was one of the most dominant HUT cards that we've ever had. Now, there are no custom strides or shots or really anything that differentiates HUT cards, but for whatever reason, there are a select few that are just above and beyond everyone else. This was one of them. And here he is, maxed out at 99 overall. You've got the 6'4", 221 left-handed winger that can obviously play center at 99 faceoffs. He's got gold close quarters, born leader, bouncer, crease crasher, as well as unstoppable force and truculence, making him one of the best cards in the game. If you are still playing this game in July, which I'm going to assume most of you are since you're watching this video, this is a must-make card. Whether he plays like he did back in NHL 20, which I highly doubt, that was 4 video games ago, it doesn't matter. He was one of the most fun cards to use, and I wish they would have done this a lot earlier in the year, like maybe release an 86 overall upgradable version when Fantasy Hockey was actually the event back in October. Now, he is able to be made in the Summer of Chell sets. If you go to those Summer of Chell sets, you will see that 7 Summer of Chell event cards will get you the 86 overall Brady Tkachuk Flashback Power-Up MSP. My goodness, that is a lot to say. So you can go ahead and make him guaranteed, which is obviously a bonus. In my opinion, he is better than any of the current cards that you can make. It's obviously just going to cost you an absolute ton like it is to make any of these other MSPs. We also got a bunch of 99 overall cards, including the 99 spreadsheet hockey Matthew Tkachuk. And I want to touch on these cards specifically when it comes to Team of the Season, because in NHL 23, there is clearly a extreme change in focus when it comes to Team of the Season from EA. Every year, we go out and we blow our entire collections in April on the Team of the Season cards, expecting them to be the best cards that we get for the rest of the year. However, this year, with the crawl to 99 that we got when it comes to progression, which you could argue is a good thing in the sense that we're not getting the 99 as quick, but it's also brutal because it's at the end of the cycle, meaning that September is not when everything should hit 99. Really, the end of the cycle begins, at the end of May, really. So we're waiting all of these months to get cards up to 99, when you could do it much earlier than that. And this is a perfect example. This 99 Matthew Tkachuk is obviously going to cost less than, his Team of the Season card did at the time when Team of the Season was out. He's got Silver Unstoppable Force and then a bunch of abilities that you're really not going to activate. Taking a look at his Team of the Season card, that finally gets boosted up to 99. Other than Gold Close Quarters, which is a fantastic ability, all of these other abilities you're more than likely not going to actually activate. Meaning that if you just waited to get this 99 spreadsheet Matthew Tkachuk, you're in a better spot with Matthew Tkachuk than his Team of the Season card. Clearly, there needs to be some change in NHL 24 when it comes to Team of the Season, but this is just one of the glaring examples of it being a brutal event this year. There's a lot of Team of the Season cards that haven't been upgraded at all for months when you've got like a 97 Ryan Reeves because he was signed in free agency. Our next 99 today was the 99 Roman Josi. 6'1", 201, the left-handed defenseman. He's always been a pretty rough Hockey Ultimate Team card in the sense that he usually never has the best abilities, nor does he have tremendous skating that as progression is going along that you're like, yeah, I gotta have Roman Josi cards. He's obviously a much better versus card or franchise mode card. Hockey Ultimate Team, he never gets the love, much like Matthew Tkachuk, because Matthew Tkachuk's skating's so bad. This one gets Gold Born Leader, which is pointless. Early on in the year, when you score a goal with a card that has Born Leader, the line that you've scored a goal with will get boosted back up to full energy, which is a huge advantage early on in the year. However, as the later stages of the game goes along, your endurance is all maxed out, a Born Leader loses its impact. Send It, I've talked about quite often, is one of the most useless abilities you can make. Thunderclap, same kind of thing. Haven't really seen any advantage from taking point shots or slap shots from the point with this card, other than for tip shots, and that's a whole other story. Seeing Eye does have some usefulness if you are only going for point shots, and then Ice Pack just simply doesn't have any impact at all. And when you talk about his Team of the Year card, this was one of the more brutal investments because this card got passed up quite quickly because all he had was offensive abilities other than stick 'em up, and we've talked at kind of nauseum here that stick 'em up on cards that aren't extremely tall isn't as impactful as the guys that are 6'6" with it. And Gold 1T just hasn't been able to score goals earlier on in the year. His team of the season did get some love because he finally got truculence, but at least now you've got your Roman Josi up to 99. Mikko Rantanen gets a 98 overall spreadsheet hockey card. He's always one of the best left-handed wingers in the game, as long as he's got some skating synergies. He's got Gold 1T, Third Eye, Close Quarters, and Big Rig. 1T off the rush has seen to have a pretty big impact as the year's gone along. But I still think offensively, I think that the only cards that you want to use it on are defensemen, simply because they're always in position for a one-timer. It's harder to get 1T activated and off on wingers because you have to get them in the right position for it. Close Quarters is obviously one of the best abilities. This one will give you 95 acceleration and speed, so it's not like he's slow, but obviously at 98 overall, you're expecting almost to be maxed out. His Team of the Season card remains to be one of the best cards in terms of left-handed wingers. However, obviously, his Team of the Season card costs a ton, and he's still at 96 speed. It's probably going to be a while before you see his 99, but Gold Unstoppable Force Close Quarters has proven to be one of the best combos in this game. Our last high 90s card for the day is the 98 Erik Karlsson, my guy. With skating synergies, gets him to 98 speed, 98 acceleration, and then essentially 99 everything else. Gold Send It, again, is just not going to be used. Guys, if you are passing the puck out of the zone with your defenseman in terms of a breakout, like you want to send it far out of the zone, shoot the puck down the boards. It's a way better way to do this. Third Eye is not going to be used all that much. Heat Seeker, same thing, and Elite Edges does have its usefulness, but there are far more defensive abilities I'd rather have in my defenseman. Nonetheless, it's still Erik Karlsson, and it's going to be a fun card. His Team of the Season card is a lot like Roman Josi, where offensive defensemen don't really have the same impact in NHL as they do in franchise or versus, for example. Now, over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to start doing my wish list series. It's kind of what I do every summer when it comes to NHL 23, so be on the lookout for that. I'll give you the things that I'm looking for and I would love to see in NHL 24. But I'm also going to go through the comments in the prior videos, and I'm going to address your comments and kind of give you the background if they're actually possible, given my knowledge and the ability to speak to the NHL developers. Also, if you haven't been watching the streams, we have found a way to do a simulated GM Connected with 32 real-life managers, and that is really what is going to be streamed on my Twitch channel daily for the remainder of the summer when it comes to NHL, so make sure you check that out. I will also be putting videos together to kind of recap how I did it and how it turned out. It has been one of the most fun things that I've done with my community, so make sure you check that out. I go live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Twitch.tv/NoSleeps12. I hope to see you there. Have a good one.